The Government Accountability Office announces the Pentagon violated U.S. law when it used nearly $1 million to free Sergeant Bo Bergdahl. I'm Miranda, and that story tops your Newsmax Now update. Congressional investigators say the Defense Department violated the Anti-Deficiency Act, which, when it used money appropriated for war to exchange 5 high-ranking members of the Taliban for Bergdahl. The GAO also says defense officials failed to notify a congressional committee 30 days prior to the prisoner swap. Congress is expected to review these latest charges when it returns from its summer recess. Defense Secretary Chuck Hagel says the threat from ISIS is, quote, beyond anything we've seen. These comments were made during a press conference earlier today. Both Hagel and General Martin Dempsey spoke about the situation in Iraq. Hagel says the U.S. will continue airstrikes in Iraq. In the meantime, Hagel says the U.S. is working to develop strategies to combat ISIS.
We continue to explore all options regarding ISIL and how best we can assist our partners in that area, the Middle East, particularly in Iraq, against ISIL.
And when asked about specifics, Hagel declined to answer and simply says the U.S. is exploring all options. The U.S. government is now raising the bounty on leaders of the Haqqani terrorist network out of Pakistan. The State Department will pay up to $5 million for information leading to the capture of the group's leaders. There's also a $10 million bounty for the capture of the terror network's chief. The bounty increase comes after ISIS militants released a video showing the beheading of American journalist James Foley. And in the U.S., police are still trying to figure out how this happened. Take a look. Another security breach at the Brooklyn Bridge. A flag which read "Gaza in our hearts" was flown as about 500 pro-Palestinian protesters marched into Manhattan. So far, no arrests have been made. This comes just a month after another breach of security there. So-called artists scaled the bridge to hang a bleached white American flag. And in Vermont, Senator Bernie Sanders, a staunch supporter of Israel, got into a screaming match with his constituents this past weekend during a town hall meeting. Sanders was fielding questions about the conflict in the Middle East and the high number of civilian deaths in Gaza when things got a little heated.
Look, if you don't,
yes, they did.
you know, excuse me, shut up. You don't have the microphone.
I'm Miranda, and that was your latest Newsmax Now update.